I never learn things. And I don't even mean in like something in particular happened that I should have taken something away from and learnt from it sense. I mean, I just literally do not learn things.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
It does not stick in the brain. And I guess I'm just going to make a video talking about how I believe my brain works and doesn't work. Not even really probably going to get into the why, because God only knows why my brain is the way it is.
I just struggle with learning.
And I'm going to do it in the style of my YouTube videos, not even knowing at this point if I'm going to upload this shite. This is just at this point to explain how much I suffer to my friends. And I know that they're probably only going to be interested in hearing about my suffering if I make it look like an entertaining YouTube video to watch. And we all know that if I'm able to learn anything, it's how to make a YouTube video seem interesting, even if it's just 30 minutes of me rambling. So basically, I was thinking, as I do, about how every job these days needs a degree. Why do I need to get a degree to do literally anything? I swear, even just a few decades ago, sometimes if you could prove that you were good at a thing, you might not have needed the piece of paper to prove it because you were just employable off your own merits. Like if you could prove that you were good at the thing, that was valuable enough because learning on the job was a valuable resource. But now, it almost feels as though if you learn on the job, that's not as valuable as learning in an academic way and being able to prove that you know stuff on paper. But my brain can't do that. And I have no idea why. Why can't my brain do this? I wish I knew. But when I have ever tried to do anything academic, the brain almost just shuts down. It's like the brain says, no, I do not want to learn the stuff that you're forcing on me right now. Even if the subject matter is something I'm theoretically interested in, my brain almost just doesn't want to process it in the way it is being provided to me. And once again, I wish I could tell you why. I'm not the Backstreet Boys. I'm not asking you to tell me why.
Tell me why.
But I'm looking for a sign from the heavens, baby, because I wish I knew. And it's just weird, right? Because I feel like I'm the only one who can't learn in the way that the system wants me to be able to learn in order to be employable. And I mean, if you don't know anything about me, I dropped out of high school because I just was struggling. I could not do things in that way. So, good luck getting me to get any form of qualifications because it's just gonna be the same deal. Like, I'm certain there's things that I'm good at. Trust me, I know there's things I'm good at. I'm doing one of them right now as we speak. It's literally me speaking. That's the thing. But I can't prove that I'm good at doing this thing where I speak and make a recording and edit that recording, because I don't have a piece of paper that says this university can prove that this person is good at speaking to a camera, recording it, and then editing it into a video format. And for some reason, a university is needed to certify that. Why? If I wanted to have a career in this field, unless I just magically became a famous YouTuber overnight, I can't make a career in video production because I don't have a degree in that. And it's just infuriating because my brain does not want to process things in the way that is required to get a degree. And I guess I should talk more about what that feels like and what that means, because up to this point it's been very vague. And if there's one thing we know about me, it's that I like being vague in the things that I say. Sometimes I'll post a Facebook post that you know is about someone, but only the person that post is very obviously pointed towards will know that it's them that the post is referring to. And then they'll say something in the comments like, "Hey, watch your mouth, buddy," I'll be like, hey, I never said explicitly the post was about you, but if the shoe fits, then wear it, buddy. I've gotten off track again. That's the ADHD talking. Let's just get back on track here. So when I want to learn something, the way my brain best learns things is if I have like made up my own mind in my own time that, ooh, this is an interesting topic. Let me research this thing myself and then figure out some more about it. Ooh, now this video I'm getting recommended on this topic now that I've done a little bit of searching about it is very interesting. Let me delve into that. And it almost becomes a rabbit hole that kind of eventually becomes something I know more about. Great example of this. I could never learn history in the way school wanted to teach me history. But the second I, in my own time, started watching history videos on YouTube, it very much became a thing I was interested in. You feel me? And now, I know more about history than probably some people who graduated high school and finished their history curriculum. And yet I don't have the piece of paper that says I have a high school diploma that taught me history. All because I did it myself, and yet my brain still cannot work in the way required to write down what I learned and write an essay and do that whole like academic thing. My brain just does not work in that way. It can't process the information in the way that they want me to be able to process it. And it's not even like the writing is difficult. I can't type out an essay and make it a right format. I'm very good at creative writing. Have you ever heard my songwriting? I was writing short stories when I was like younger than 6 years old, right? I'm good at creative writing. In fact, probably better than some people who have a degree in it. I'm just saying. I don't mean to brag, but I'd be like, put it in the bag. No Ariana Grande. That makes no sense. You can tell I'm a little bit loony. Come on, loony. Golden State Warriors. They better win the championship this year. Long story short, my brain just does not do the thing. My brain gets told to do the thing, and suddenly it doesn't want to do the thing. And even if I haven't been told to do the thing, even if I just know that I should do the thing, my brain's just there like, but what if we didn't do the thing? You see, this thing isn't very... I guess the best way to describe it is it's not very stimulating because it feels forced. Like, my brain wants to do things that don't feel forced upon me. You know? And that just doesn't work because the whole school system, the whole education system feels forced. You know? And I want to learn things in a very, like, dynamic way. In fact, one of the ways I learn things best is hands-on. If I can't tangibly learn it, it's not going to stick, right? Like, if I want to learn, for example, how to edit a video, instead of learning for 4 years about the theory behind video editing and the definitions of a lot of different video editing things, if I just sat down and started editing this video right now, that sticks a lot better in my mind when I learn it in a practical way on the job. And I feel like that shouldn't be as abnormal as it is. Why do I feel like I'm the only person who learns better that way? And why does the education system make me feel like I'm the only person who learns better that way?
I know I'm not the only one.
You know, like, the whole education system is not tailored to me, but there's clearly a reason why the education system is the way that it is. And I've suddenly come to the conclusion that that must be because everybody else is able to do it that way. It's just me who can't. This is a me thing.
It's me. Hi, I'm the problem, it's me.
My brain struggles with this where nobody else's brain does. My brain is just weird. My brain doesn't know how to do its job of being a brain. Do I even have a brain in there, or do I have a potato hooked up to an electric conduit? Who knows anymore? I sure don't. Cooking is another thing I just cannot learn because the brain cannot process the instructions into a thing. Now you might think, oh, but cooking is very hands-on, you should be good at that. But I just can't because I see the instructions and I'm just like, I see that, but now the brain is saying that's too much to comprehend. And it can't make me do it because it's like, what? I see everything and I'm like, brain go brr, what do I do? And even if it's all just clearly written out there for me, and it is a practical application of a thing, the brain cannot process it. And there's certain things that the brain's like that for, but there's certain things that the brain's not like that for, and it feels very selective, and I don't understand it.
I don't understand, bitch. Don't understand.
Why does the brain pick and choose what things it's able to learn and when? It's exhausting. I cannot just make my brain do a thing just like everyone else can. Why is my brain like this and why does nobody else relate? You know? It's like... And then there's some things, right, where learning to do that thing is difficult not necessarily because my brain is having those same issues I described before, but because it's more overwhelming, I guess. There's a sense of anxiety there. Learning to drive a car. I've not been able to do that because the second I'm out on the road, the brain's just like, oh my god, what am I doing? I can't focus on this because it's just so much. What am I doing? Like, I am not built for this. The brain cannot do that. And it's just suddenly everything just feels too much and it's like, the brain, do I even have one? And it's exhausting. I don't even know what I'm getting at here, and I feel like it is very complicated and nobody's going to understand what it is I'm trying to say. Because I don't have words for the feelings that I have in my brain when it behaves this way. There's no words to describe that. It's a me thing. So it's a feeling that nobody else is going to understand because I can only describe it best in such a convoluted manner that goes off on all kinds of tangents and never really gets to the point. So I just want to know, how do I make my brain behave in the way that everybody else's brain does? I can only really figure out how to do that the second I know the why. Why does my brain do this? Why can my brain not behave in the way that everyone else's can? Because the second I know the why and the mechanics behind what messed up my brain to the point where it cannot wrap its head around such basic human things, that's when I'll be able to finally figure out what I need to do to make my brain finally able to do those things. But until such time as I can figure out the why, I can never figure out an action plan to make myself able to do the things that I need to do. And it's exhausting, you know? I cannot make my brain just exist in a normal human manner. And it feels like the systems of society are not built for me. But that is obviously the case, because I am the only one suffering like this in this way. This is a me thing, because otherwise, society would not be structured in such a way that it's impossible for me. Now, you might obviously know, if you've seen me for long enough, that I have ADHD and autism. But this doesn't feel like just an ADHD thing or an autism thing, right? You might be tempted to go in there with your little keyboard hands and say, this is an ADHD thing, or this is an autism thing. I don't think it is. Because if it was that simple, there would be ways to combat that by now. But it doesn't feel like there are. Once again, it just feels like a classic case of my brain not knowing how to brain. And I wish I could figure it out. I hope that's understandable. I don't even know if I'm going to get around to editing this into a thing. I wanted to make this a YouTube video format, but suddenly my ADHD is just saying zero motivation to edit the thing I recorded, and that is exactly the problem with actual YouTube videos I make. I say actual YouTube videos as if I might not upload this if it's good enough. Because, like, I have been without any YouTube ideas for so long that this might genuinely become a YouTube video I put out. So if you're seeing this on YouTube as a publicly uploaded video, hi! That wasn't my first intention, but if it's good enough, you guys are here and you guys get to like and subscribe if you enjoyed me rambling about the weird way that my brain works. But I don't think anybody enjoys that. But I enjoy rambling about my misfortunes, and that's why I make YouTube videos about it, because I enjoy doing it. Anyways, I haven't done a story time or like a vlog or like a ramble about my own life in a very long time on my channel, so if this does go live, it's going to be a nice change of pace. Anyways, I'll catch you all next time if you are watching this on YouTube publicly. If this is an unlisted video I've just given to all my friends, hi friends, if you're seeing this, you're my friend. I know, right? It might not seem like I'm friends with anybody, but I do have friends, and you are one of them. Wow, you lucky bugger. Anyways, I'll catch you all next time. Goodbye.